All right, now this question will be directed to you, to Tarah. Healthcare has been a hot political topic in the country and locally the past 2 years. As medical premiums continue to rise, what will you do to make healthcare more affordable and accessible?
Healthcare is a huge issue, and the people here are being affected by it in their pocketbooks as well as in the hospital with the level of care that they are receiving. And I am pushing for reform on healthcare. One of the most disturbing things that occurred during Obamacare, while that was being passed, the people of this community did not want that nationalized healthcare. And Representative Eachus is actually pushing a House Bill 1, which is the state equivalent of that health care, which we're getting on the national level. And while the people here in this community were telling him, we do not want this, he went down and met with President Obama in Philadelphia, and he told President Obama that leadership was hard and that he was praying for President Obama. And he didn't represent us, and it is the job of a representative to represent the values of the community. And our community doesn't want that nationalized health care. We should be able to purchase health care across state lines. It should be more competitive, lowering the rates of health care. And the House Bill 1 is just going to drive up the cost of health care here for the people. And I'm going to work to make sure that the PACE money goes where they say it's going. I'm going to work to make sure that our hospitals and our doctors are able to continue to be employed, and that the people in our area are able to pay for their prescription drugs. Healthcare is a huge issue, and there's so much to say about it, and there's so much work to be done, and we do have to reverse the course that we have taken, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm running.
Thank you, Tarah. Todd, you've got 1 minute to respond.
Look, most of my career has been spent in healthcare policy. I've advanced healthcare policy to cover every child in Pennsylvania under the CHIP program. I've made efforts to expand adult protection and adult access to healthcare for adults, and I personally negotiated the PACE and PACENet expansion, allowing 250,000 senior citizens to get PACE benefits during the course of my 10 years. Healthcare is not only about access to affordable healthcare for Americans, it's about jobs. As I said, within our own community, I've advanced a quality project in our own hospital system that improved quality and allows for job retention and better patient satisfaction. We've got to take on the corporate interests. I've taken on the CEOs at Blue Cross, said that we have to reauthorize the adult basic program, which they're trying to abandon right now. And I got an email this morning, Sam, from a gentleman on the adult basic program begging me for reauthorization of the program. I'll fight for the things I've always fought for on healthcare, and you can count on that.
Thank you. Okay, now, Todd, this is for you. You were, I'm sorry, you got 15 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay. I want to rebut that actually especially with regard to PACE. The PACE information that you're being given is misleading. There are in fact a lower number of seniors being insured, as this chart will show from the Department of Aging, and it's something that I'm going to work on because the legislative savings needs to go to the people.
Okay, Todd, you were an ardent supporter of the cargo airport. In fact, you put $495 billion into a gaming bill for a fund for the airport. If it was such a good idea, why did you back away from the idea?
Well, when I found out there was legal impropriety on behalf of Mr. Powell, I broke off my ties with him immediately. I also took the language out of every piece of legislation that would allow for any access to any funding. By the way, Sam, not a penny of tax dollars went to that project. I always focused on this as it relates to job. I had town meetings in Hazleton Township, 2 days. I had meetings with college presidents and labor unions. But when I found out that Mr. Powell had a criminal problem, I broke off my ties with him. On behalf of my opponent, what she does is she goes to the law firm that represents Judge Conahan straight from her patronage jobs at the courthouse. When she found out that there were investigations and indictments of the 2 judges who hired her, she didn't break off the communications. She went straight to the legal environment where Judge Conahan is currently being investigated. The 2 firms, the Nacito firm and the Gelso firm that she has a business relationship with, represent 10 of the most corrupt individuals in Luzerne County history. Look, this is about propriety. I'm always about focusing on job opportunities, and I've always focused on that. But as it relates to judgment, this election is also about judgment. My opponent has shown a propensity to continue to have a relationship with the very people that were in the patronage situation in the internship she had in 2006 from Judge Conahan, that she admitted tonight that she was employed by him. She had a relationship to the courts that got her a $39,000 job thereafter, and then she went right to the legal environment where Judge Conahan is being investigated. Look, what you get from me is straight answers. When I found out Powell was under investigation, I broke off all ties immediately. My opponent, unfortunately, continues to have some kind of a relationship with the people who are currently advancing a legal defense for 2 criminal judges who have broken the trust and jailed kids here in this Kids for Cash scheme.
Tarah?
What Mr. Eachus is saying is a lie and a falsehood. I have my own law firm. I am not in a law firm with any other individuals, which he is referencing, and I was never given a patronage job at the courthouse. What Mr. Eachus is telling you is that he cut off ties with Mr. Powell, but what he won't tell you and what he won't answer is why did he take $500 million and insert it into this bill? $495 million, almost $500 million went towards the cargo airport in this bill, and that even when all the statistics showed that it was not a feasible project, even after everyone else pulled out their support, he was still there as the lone supporter. And that is because Mr. Powell is one of his close friends and one of his buddies, and he was hooking his buddy up with all of your taxpayer dollars. And the problem is that he still will not return the money that Bob Powell gave him, and I'm asking him to do so.
Let me say, Sam, look, as I say again, my opponent's on the attack. The point is that she does have a business relationship with the firms that are representing the judges. These documents show it, Sam. I'll provide those to you for the record. Also,
everything that he
pardon me, do I get 5 extra seconds?
Yes, you do.
So my point back to you, Sam, is that what she says about her own behavior needs to be judged against the prism of the facts. That's all I'm saying.